On this episode, I'm taking you to Sapa, Vietnam. So Sapa is located north of Hanoi, and we took a sleeper bus going to Sapa for about 6 hours. We took the 10 p.m. and then we arrived around about 6 a.m. And now we are here at Sapa. I actually noticed the change of weather. It's pretty foggy and chilly here, and it's Baguio feels, you guys. So we kind of have a quick freshen up to this hotel, and we headed to Viet Trekking Sapa for coffee and brekkie. Guys, have to come here early because this one is a pretty tourist spot, and people actually come here for the views, and we actually like the coffee as well. We ordered their 2 best sellers. I forgot what it is now, but it's super yummy. Mind you guys, it's a cafe. They don't really sell much food but just coffee. But this cafe has amazing views of the funicular and the mountains.
Go where?
Disclaimer, we always use Grab to go to places. It's also very cheap and it's kind of handy. They're everywhere. Just also don't forget to use the discount code. Sometimes it's just hidden in the app. So guys, this is the funicular and it goes around about 15 minutes each time, and the views are amazing. And it's like Switzerland or like Europe feels. I mean, look at the view. Later on when we go to Fansipan, we're gonna ride this train, and yes, I'll take you there. So we stayed at the cafe for about an hour, and then after that we headed for lunch. We are at Anisi Kitchen or Anise Kitchen here at the Sapa City Center, and we are so full on hungry. No one's actually here. It's 11 o'clock in the morning. We ordered fresh spring rolls and some pork knuckle. What I like about Vietnam is they're very healthy because it's full of like greens and veggies, and there's always spring rolls. This one looks huge. This is the pork knuckle, and we ordered fried rice on the side because we cannot live without the rice. I think it's around 200,000 Vietnamese dong, but I'm not so sure. So after lunch, we went for a little walk at the Sapa Lake. And now we're at the Sapa station, which is super aesthetic. It's actually connected to our hotel. It's just at the back of our hotel or at the front. And as you can see, it's very vintage, ancient vibes. And this is where we're gonna go to Fansipan. We bought our tickets from Club, and you can choose from these packages. We chose the most expensive one because we want less walking. I reckon it's super worth it because it saves you time and lining up. And the first thing that you're gonna ride is this funicular, which is the train that you saw from earlier. I recommend you guys go around about lunchtime or just before, maybe around 10:30 or 11, because there's not much crowd, and also it's quite peaceful riding the train. But all is up to you guys. It took us about 15 minutes for this train ride, but the views are spectacular and it's very scenic. At this point, I don't know what to expect. I'm not really physically fit to climb the mountain, but we are here at Fansipan. Don't make the same mistake as we did. We hiked up to this top, but you can actually like ride an escalator going to the cable car. So I was kind of puffed at this stage because yeah. So now we are at the Sunworld Fansipan cable car, and I recommend this corner spot here if you want super aesthetic photos. And the cable car takes about 30 minutes to go up the mountain, and if you're afraid of heights, good luck. But we actually enjoyed the ride, and also don't forget to put lots of sunscreen because you're very close to the sun when you hiked up this mountain. The weather was perfect when we came. It's actually quite sunny. I recommend you guys bring the sunscreen, an umbrella, and a jacket, and a bottle of water just in case you need it. So we did not expect that there is also quite a bit of walking when you reach this part. At this point, I had a bit of altitude sickness, but I came good around about after 15 minutes. We were so high up from the ground, and you have to like climb these steps and stairs and all that. Reality versus expectations. I was actually puffed. We're almost there, you guys. But at this point, I actually thought, what if someone collapses here? That's why you guys get your travel insurance. But I mean, you guys, the views are breathtaking. I feel like I'm closer to God, closer to heaven. Look at the clouds. It's super, super beautiful. It's amazing. We were just very lucky that the skies are clear and we can really see everything that we wanted to see, and it's super worth it. FYI, I've got bad left knee, so yeah. Don't recommend climbing this one if you got respiratory problems, and bring your puffer, you guys. So there's still a little bit more left to climb to reach the peak. You can see those stairs, but damn no. I was amazed by the amount of people who climb this mountain, different ages, but yeah, it's really worth it. I reckon I will just come here once in my life, but it's super worth it that I did. So the last one would be another monorail going up. This one is included in our ticket, but going down isn't, so we just have to pay for the going down one. Just because we're lazy ass, we took this monorail because we're almost there at the peak. The going down one cost about, I think about 20 to 30,000 Vietnamese dong. I'm not really sure, just check it. You could also take the steps up or the steps down if you'd like to see the Great Buddha as well. At this point, we are really higher than some of the clouds that I've seen. And yeah, I'm glad that I reached this part. I know I'm not gonna be able to reach the peak of the Fansipan mountain, but I kind of claim I'm almost there. But this is what it looks like. So this is the monorail going down, and we are so tired and hungry. You guys, you have no idea. We reached the hotel around about 5 o'clock in the afternoon. We checked in into this vintage looking hotel, which is a really nice one. And it's about, I would say, around $200 Australian per night. Love how the interior looks like. It's giving Tortured Poets Department by Taylor Swift. And I'll show you guys, we got a little room tour. As you can see, I'm trying to open this window, but I couldn't. And this is the bathroom. It's very TTPD inspired. After this one, we headed out for a quick pool dip because we just don't want to waste the time, and the pool is insane, you guys. It looks like it's giving Hogwarts, it's giving Moaning Myrtle vibes. It's actually quite heated and quite nice, relaxing and refreshing as well. They also have a gym, but of course we're not gonna go there. After this one, we headed to the city to have some dinner. We opted for this barbecue one. It's cooked into this roof tile. As you can see, it's quite interesting and very unique. To be honest, the squid fried rice, it's super nice, but the meat is quite tough. We actually ordered this barbecue and also a hot pot, but we can't finish it, so we came back the next day for lunch and they saved us our hot pot. After dinner, we went to the hotel and get some good massage. It's super worth it, you guys.
Worth massage. a Hello Bakery.
The next day, to be honest, I did not have a good sleep. I have low-key hay fever, and also probably I was super tired from the hike from the mountain, but the day must go on. And we are heading for a breakfast buffet, and this one cost around about 50 Australian each, so we have to pay extra. But there's a lot variety of food. There's some Vietnamese banh mi and some soup, some continental breakfast, as well as their local cuisines. It's insane for the choices. I really love their juice bar. And of course, this hotel is super aesthetic, as you can see. Very fancy, very madame feels. So after brekkie, we just went around the hotel, admired the views and the scenery because we're gonna check out soon. I would highly recommend this hotel. My first choice was the Viet Trekking, but this one's also pretty nice and pretty elegant, so it's a good choice as well if you're going to Sapa. So we came back to the same place and had our hot pot before we head to Hanoi. So sleeper bus again, and at that point I was feeling a little unwell. So disclaimer if my energy levels here are going downhill now. So as you can see, we're back at the old quarter, and first thing we had is to eat food. This is chow steak, and we had the steak while we're on the street. As you can see, you guys, it's quite insane. It's a little bit chewy, but it tastes nice. This is actually near our hotel, and of course I miss potato or rice, but they have this little bread to go with the steak. So for breakfast, we went and tried this fish noodles. It's actually pretty good. It's quite fishy. It's also quite cheap, but it's worth it. By the way, this is our last day together because my cousin is flying tomorrow, and we're kind of just making a chill day just because I am not too well at this point. We can't forget the Cafe Giang with the egg coffee. We tried it. For me, it's just okay, about 8 out of 10. And we found this place if you do like journaling and writing letters. It's actually pretty close to Viet Space, which is a cafe where you can write your letters, and the journal things is where you can shop stationeries and stuff. And it's actually pretty aesthetic, pretty cute. I wrote letters for myself and for my cousin, and yeah, it's a nice fun thing to do with your girlfriends, and it's actually quite memorable as well. While we're in here, we asked them to book us a table at this Michelin restaurant called Tamvi, and luckily we got one at 1 p.m. So this is our lunch, and of course it's a must try. So we ordered some mango salad, some braised pork, some bok choy, rice, and some chicken. And I believe it's actually very cheap. It's not probably about $100 Australian for everything, or probably even 50. At this point, I can still taste how good the food is, even though I've got a cold and my taste buds are not really working properly. But it's pretty good for the price. I love it. Kind of forced myself to get up and try this one, and it's really worth it. I really love the fish, and it's super fresh. Next, can't go without having a banh mi, but this one actually disappointed me, so about 2 out of 10. But this roti chocolate flavor is a must try. Another cafe to try is the Note Coffee. Obviously, it's full of notes and post-its, and I really enjoyed this one as well. And I can't leave Vietnam without having my nails done, so this is the last thing I did, and I love it. Last thing to try, chicken pho. This is from the airport though, but it's still super good. Got this Starbucks and croissant floss. Off to Korea now. Thank you, Vietnam. Come on.